Hello everybody, this is Michael Lee coming to you just outside of Helltown, Butte County, Northern California. Working on an old 75-acre sheep ranch and taking a little break from the chainsaw work today and running a brush cutter instead. So let me show you the weapon for today. This is the Hussvarna 525 RX brush cutter. Okay, runs on the normal Hussvarna 2-stroke 50-to-1 oil gas mixture. Has a adjustable handlebars. It has the shut-off switch there in the red. You can also move the handlebars up and down on the pole. And here's the grass blade it comes with. This brush cutter is a professional grade tool. And Hussvarna actually makes 4 more professional grade brush cutters that are bigger and even more powerful than this, but this is all I need. This thing's a beast. I have been working it hard, cutting through Himalayan blackberry, willow, star thistle, goat's beard, medusa head, cattail. I've been hitting a lot of barbed wire, metal poles, and rocks with it, and it's still cutting. I mean, sparks fly up and it makes a scary noise, but it really doesn't do much damage to the blade. I can't even imagine what the bigger and more powerful Hussvarna brush cutters are like, because I think this thing's a beast, man. Those huge ones that you can buy for over $1,000, man, they would just chop down small trees, you know, no problem. Just whoosh. Very impressed with this tool. I am very impressed with the Hussvarna 525 RX brush cutter. I highly recommend it. Just be careful. Be careful. This thing will cut your foot off, no problem. You can see I'm running it without the guard, which is not recommended. I do not recommend that you do that at all, especially if you're beginning to work this tool. Keep it on. I somewhat know what I'm doing, and I think it gets in the way for the work that I'm doing here, so I took it off. So I have to be extra careful. Now, here's all the metal that I've been hitting with this brush cutter. So remember the video when I made about my chainsaw hitting metal, barbed wire, metal poles, things like that, old ranching fencing material like that. Well, now the same thing. I got the same issue with the brush cutter now, so I'm hitting stuff like this. You can see over here how well camouflaged the barbed wire is. You can see the barbed wire running through here, perfectly camouflaged. It's really hard to see. Old ranching pole with barbed wire wrapped around it. See that? It's camouflaged. It's very difficult to see. Another old ranch post with barbed wire. The barbed wire continues up. See that metal pole? Perfectly camouflaged. So you got to be really careful if you're working an old ranch or farming property because of all the fencing material they have. And then look at this crazy area. See all this metal in here? See that? Perfectly camouflaged. Hit that stuff. See how it's wrapped around the trunk of the tree? All the way out to here. That's metal. It took me at least 2 hours to pull that. I would estimate that to weigh 500 pounds, that metal pile there. And you can see up here more metal wrapped around the trunk of the tree. See all that metal there? And then it runs out. And then it goes over here as well. So that's the last remaining part I need to remove. Hopefully get that done today. And then you can see what the brush cutter's been doing, taking out all this Himalayan blackberry. That brush cutter is an absolute beast. Just be careful with it, everybody. You can see this is a little fenced in enclosure here that's separate from the rest of the ranch. Kind of cool, huh? It's right by the road. So I wonder what this was used for. Maybe for keeping some of the sheep that were sick separate, or maybe lambs in here with their moms. I don't know, but pretty cool, huh? This little fenced in area. And then let's continue. Let's see, what else do I need to show you? Let's do the pond area, the levee in the back of the pond. And this whole entire area was all worked with the brush cutter yesterday. I should have done before and after. I guess you could watch my older videos to see what this used to look like. It was just covered in thistles and thorns and Himalayan blackberry. There's also some cool plants as well, like deer grass and bunch grass. And I trimmed that as well. That you don't need to use the grass blade for. You can just use the regular trimming plastic line for that. Kind of found all these buried drums here. This more metal that I uncovered. Look at that giant metal pipe. Another metal pipe right here. Cut all this area. Here's that old burnt tree that hopefully you remember me cutting. Oh, here we go. This is cool. I found these antlers. So I found these antlers while I was doing all the brush cutting. And these antlers had been protected by the Himalayan blackberry. And there's some jaw bones here. You can still see the teeth. That's cool. Those teeth look brand new still. Wow. So cool. Some vertebrae, some leg bones, and some pelvis. So that was a pleasant surprise. Now let's go down to the pond area. If it was up to me, I would just burn all this, but the property owner thinks that's a little too much for for him, so he wants me to brush cut it first, and then he'll see how it looks to see if he wants to burn it from there. He's got a burn permit, and there's a CAL FIRE station close by, so he could have CAL FIRE out here monitoring it. So hopefully we can burn this area soon. Okay, so here's a deer trail. I'll just follow it to the other side. And then all this area I did with the brush cutter. You can see all the way halfway across the levee I did with the brush cutter as well. I did this whole half of the pond. And these are the parts I still have to do. And what do you know? Barbed wire fence. Right where I'm cutting. That's just every single area I've worked on this property. It's just, there's just metal everywhere. I'm learning to deal with it though. That's what makes this one of the most dangerous jobs I've ever done, is just all of this metal everywhere. It's ridiculous. So I still have to do this lower area. You can see a lot of thistles and blackberry down there. God, I can't stand Himalayan blackberry. That stuff is just horrific. You know, I'm not a big herbicide guy, but I'm telling you, man, a little Roundup goes a long way getting rid of this blackberry. brush cut it down, and then either burn off the roots with a dragon's breath propane torch, or just round up on the base and the roots, because this stuff will come back and it's horrible. It takes over everything. It chokes out the native beneficial plants. It cuts up your legs. You can't even walk on your own property. You can see more barbed wire fencing there. I got to do all of that down there and all of that over there still. Here's a big metal pipe of some kind. I'm not sure if at one point it was used for moderating the water level in the pond, but did all this area. The brush cutter that I have is powerful enough. It just cuts through branches like this, so I was running it all through here. Still got to do this area. This is going to be not fun at all. There's another metal pipe down there, and then all of that still needs to be done. All right, I'm going to get to it now, so I hope you all enjoyed the video. Have a great day.